Hi everyone, so today I'm going to try out the new Anna Griffin Sending Sympathy card making kit. When I say new, I don't know if this is actually new, because sometimes she brings back kits. I know I never picked it up before. It is a Slimline kit, so I have a feeling it is pretty new, but I'll have the link in the description box for it. That would be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. This happens to be on HSN. I have not checked out his site. Actually, the last time I checked out his site was after Create, and it was so busy and crazy. I didn't even use the, having been in Create to get any kind of discount. I just didn't do it because it was too much. I'm going crazy there on that site. So I'm going to open this up. Again, I had mentioned that maybe I wouldn't use it for Sympathy. Maybe I'd pop a different thing on it. I did an unboxing. Beautiful examples here. Somebody else had mentioned that her set came with dies and not vellum. I think that's a different set. I don't recall seeing dies in this set as far as the listing is just basically a card making kit that's already made. But if I'm missing dies, I will definitely check on that. But again, I don't think that it had dies, at least not this one. I do know that I think there was another Sympathy set. She does it all the time where she'll have a set or maybe there's dies, or maybe it's just the card making part of it, or maybe it's both of those, like I said, both of those things. Some of the older sets I have from her always came with like dies and the card bases, and sometimes you can buy the dies separately to keep making that type of card, whatever it might be. And even at this, with Sympathy, like caring speaks when words cannot. I think that's just a nice thing to send, but sending hope and comfort. I didn't really open this actually in the unboxing. So let's just check these out real quick, some of the sentiments that are in here. Forever loved. Sending caring thoughts with deepest sympathy. May love surround you. May love carry you. Memories are the gifts loved ones leave behind. And lots of sweet things in here. Really nice sentiments. Love every memory. Hold on to hope. Take time to grieve. I think I read that one in the forever remembered. Always loved. Thinking of you and wishing you peace. Really nice. I did actually bring out, because I was thinking about it, I want to use the vellum, and I want to use it with these embossing folders. Now, somebody had mentioned that the embossing folders are really hard on paper. Somebody else had mentioned she used the vellum in her embossing folder, and it was great, so we will try it out today. The embossing folders, obviously not from this kit. These are just Slimline embossing folders that I wanted to try out, and we'll see. I'll try to run it through the marquee, too, just to have that info. Oh, sorry, I definitely am throwing things on the floor. I did think it was odd that these open sideways, just because a lot of times I would like to open it the thin way, because then your paper has room to breathe to kind of spread out as it's getting squished. I think Diana here had mentioned maybe I want to cut it and then tape at the top. I would never do that. I don't really like hurting things. If it doesn't go back together the right way, me personally, I couldn't do it. But I guess if you duct tape it maybe on the top, it's not going to look very lovely. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not going to cut it. But that's something you can think of, I suppose. I just would be afraid that it's not going to look very pretty. And on top of that, it might not line up right when you go to use it, But there are these beautiful examples here. And again, I'm going to try to use the vellum in it. So it does have the little decoupage pieces. We have our flowers and butterflies and leaves. Just a really pretty color palette. I had mentioned, when I went through these the first time. These, I think these are just die cuts. I don't think they're stickers. If it is, it's very well hidden. I don't believe these are stickers. That's probably why we have all those little decoupage kind of tiny pieces here. The card bases, which are just beautiful. I had said I'm never going to use this one, and I probably never will. I don't know what to do with it. Okay, so we have these guys. These are like toppers that you can add on here. So I'm probably going to go with a little bit of everything. Oh, look at that one. The gold paper, of course, for die cutting. That's kind of why I was like, maybe you should have dies, but I think you're supposed to use the dies that you want to. You have card inserts. I don't know if they all say the same thing. Oh, they're all different. I'm sorry, I have to kind of look at it over here, but remembering the life of someone special and sending thoughts. There's more words there. There's a couple of each. It looks like wishing you strength for today and hope for tomorrow. That's a nice one. There's just a ton of those. And then the envelopes that go with them. So I'm going to do is look at these pieces and think about what I want to use. I'm gonna go check the listing real quick because I don't think it's supposed to have dies, but I just want to make sure, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going through a few things. I think I picked out the card base. I'm gonna pick the most boring card base, which to me is just this one. It's just very plain compared to the others, you know? Just has this little scroll work. And then I like this because I like the pink in there, and I'll try to bring that in some other way. So what I was thinking about, okay, let's say I die cut this, not die cut, well, emboss it. I also want it to be like a shape. I think if I put it down, it's going to cover a lot up and, you know, the whole thing. So I'm going to cut the shape first. It still smells like rancid oil, guys. I left it open. Hopefully it was hoping it would kind of air out, but no, it's still a little funky. Oh, the card inserts, they actually were selling them separately also, which is kind of interesting, I guess, if you want to pick up some more of those. I want to use this color, I think. Does that go with that pink? Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. Like, I hate to use this, but we gotta use this stuff, guys. I have other border dies that will do the embossing and the cutting at the same time, so I'm like, this is kind of funny to do it this way, but this is what I'm gonna do. Oh, you know what would be good? Is the ones from the Create event. Or if you pick them up separately, they're longer dies. But I thought, well, I'll just pop this in behind here, see? I think that'll be okay. It might be weird. I might even trim it down, actually. But I'm going to cut this first, because if I run it through and then cut it, it might press down on our embossing. So I'm going to run this through first, trying to save as much of this paper as I can for another time. Again, that's just the vellum. And then we'll top it off with some stickers. Or whatever. So I did read the listing. No, it doesn't come with dies. Because I know there is another set, and I believe that one did come with dies. This is a different thing. I'm still going to be very careful with this stuff. I suppose I could put this through the marquee, like I had said. That's what I'm going to do. This is not a slimline size die. A lot of times when I do vellum, I like to run it through with the metal shim, because sometimes vellum is kind of like plastic. It just depends on how the company made it. This particular die, actually, I just went and looked through a bunch of my Griffin sets. Is it the right? Okay. And I found this one. It's a lace embossing folders and dies. Oh, cool, because this is lace embossing folders and dies, and you can see this cuts a pretty design, which we're not going to use, but there are embossing folders in here. And I thought, what are these for? They're for that. So they belong to that set. Oh, that's available? I do not know. I didn't check, but if it's available, I'll have the link for you guys. So I'm going to use the longer folder for the marquee, and I'm using a brand new one just because I don't want this to get marked up. We will see the paper, you know, just in case, if this actually will cut all the way through vellum. Like I said, I normally put a metal shim because vellum behaves funny sometimes. Ooh, don't move on me. Oh, yeah, it's cutting it perfectly. That's funny. I've never tried to not like to cut it without metal, and it looks like it was a-okay. Let's get that off of there. Although I'm using the best ever craft tape, I try to put very little on the actual project. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, now I'm going to try to run it through. So I was looking at all these different designs. I don't really care which one. This one seems the best option because it has such small like detail that I think if it was on here, it would look pretty. Then this one actually has some really cool swirls on the sides. I thought, you know what, maybe I could even line it up so that those swirls will be in the little areas. You know, like this, kind of matched up. But then the other parts aren't matched up. Then I'm like, well, it might look funky, so I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to use this one. And then just let it do whatever. I'm going to try to put it so that I can get the most design on each little piece. Maybe like there. So, that's not going to give me my answer as far as if the way they're created causes any kind of issues, because this is a smaller piece of paper in this folder. I'm going to try to run it through the marquee. So far, so good. It's very easy. It might even need to have an extra piece of paper, but I can hear it going. I'm trying to do this very carefully so my camera doesn't shake too much. Oh, wow. Okay. I was gonna say it cut completely through. What? This is awesome. I mean, look at that. But it destroyed this paper. That is so interesting. On this side, like, it looks like this. And look at... Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know how to keep it from being so tight other than not using the marquee, you know, using something else where you can control the sandwich. But like, I mean, look at that, I ate that piece. Wow. Well, like, I don't even know which side to use now. And I'm going to keep these little pieces because if I put that down, I'm going to need to paste that back in just in case. So it doesn't look like it's completely destroyed unless we can cover it with a sticker. Oh my gosh. Very pretty, but I can see where, yeah. So if you're running this through a machine that's not the marquee, something else, you know, less pressure. Use much less pressure and then go from there. Okay, I don't even know what to do with this now that these sides look so different. Oh, what's really pretty about these two is that they're double-sided. I didn't notice that till right now. Okay, so let's say that's that, and that's there. I mean, I feel like this side with the white should be sticking up just because it's more noticeable. Oh, but that's so pretty and soft. Ugh. That is hard to know what to do. Also, should I cut some of this off? Or I guess we could do something like that, where some of it sticks out. I have no idea what to do, to be honest. That's interesting. I kind of like this side. That white side looks really cool, but I'm going to go with this side. I'm going to use a wet glue, and I'm going to piece in whatever little piece is missing, like right here, just to fill that in. And here, too, because I have a feeling whenever I put down stuff. That is so pretty. And yes, I opened a new bottle of this glue. Actually, you know what? I better take it off. I want to put a good amount of glue because I want it to stay down. And especially with this, I definitely want to use a wet glue. You can do whatever you like, but... Okay, I'm going to stick that down right here. I'm just kind of eyeballing that straight. I'm going to hold that down. I'm going to find the pieces that belong in here. I don't really know, but I'm going to put a little piece of glue. Oh, somebody recently, I don't know if I've responded yet, because it depends when you see this. She asked what this is. It's the Die and Press Tacky Tool, and they have it on HSN. They have it on Die and Press's site, but not always, so like I don't keep a link to it because it changes. So what I'm doing, guys, is just piecing back in a piece of that. That looks right. Just gluing that back in there so it's less noticeable. See? And I'll do the same thing for this little piece, which looks like it might be this guy. And I'm going to hold it down because this paper is all gangly and it wants to do whatever it wants to do. And let's see. Looks like this piece goes like this. Okay, so I'm going to hold this down and I'll be right back. I put a bunch of stuff on top of this just so I wouldn't have to sit here and hold it. And I went through some of the stuff that I think I'm going to want to use. Actually, not enough because I didn't go through there. So I put this 3D or dimensional adhesive on it. Obviously, the kit comes with it. If you were going to use that, I would just put the little pieces strategically here and there. And I kind of was going to put this here is what I thought. You could always plan out more than just start sticking things down. But I'm going to put that there. I think I'm going to use this Caring Speaks When Words Cannot. That's pretty. And see, oh, I didn't even put that piece in and actually have it sitting there, but I think this is where this is going to go anyway. So as you can see, it's higher up. These are stickers where the other pieces aren't, and that's what the listing said. So I am going to place this like here. I'm not going to tear the whole back off. If you do want to take the whole back off, you can put like cornstarch or something on there that makes it so it's not sticky on this part. Yeah, I think I'm going to put that one there. And if you want to put some more dimensional adhesive under here to keep it up, that's fine, but I think it'll be okay just the way it is. And this, so I actually came across some other stickers of Anna Griffin's that would go great with this color palette, but I'm going to use what's in the kit. Again, it doesn't have to be a sympathy card. I mean, everything that's in here other than the sentiments is just pretty. I don't think it's necessarily sympathy. I'm trying to see if I put this on here straight. This one looks a little bit... Ugh, you know what? Well, I don't know. In the camera it looks crooked, but in real life it looks okay, so I don't know. Oh, when I went to look at the listing again, and I was saying that it's a beautiful watercolor palette, and that's kind of what I had mentioned. I said it's just really soft the way they did this. I'm like, I think it's like watercolor inspired, so sounds about right. Okay, so I'm going to look through these guys. All these little pretty bits. I mean, this is pretty just by itself. I don't think you have to do any more if you don't want to. Use your pieces for something else. Again, I probably should have not stuck this down until I decided because that looks nice right there. Possibly bring in more of that pink. Oh, even just like that. It says there's 2 of each design, but there's like 4 of each. That's interesting. So it makes 20 cards. That's the other thing I read. Like, usually I don't know about the listing or what it says, you know, but I just went to go check about some other stuff about the dies. So I was able to go in there. Yeah, look, I mean, there's 2 of each. I mean, 4 of each. Very interesting. I wasn't expecting that. So let me keep going through. This is an interesting one. Does it go like this or like this? It looks like it goes like this, doesn't it? Okay, that's not what I want. All right, I'm gonna keep digging through here and see what else I might want to put here, but I kind of just like that there. Okay, I'll be back. So I'll just put the little butterfly. I do like this just sitting here. I don't know if I want to pop it up though. I was thinking about it, but then I think I'll pop her up and I'll leave this one flat. Again, these didn't look like stickers to me. I didn't say there were stickers on the thing, so I'm just gonna... I don't know, like there. I know people always say this is the hardest part with the kits, is like deciding what to do, and yeah, I hear you. This is what I went to with, but we, you know, we can do something different. I think there's gonna be like hundreds of ways to design this, if not thousands, that are all gonna be different. I will put a little sticky just because she's kind of small. What was I gonna say? Oh well, I forgot. But yeah, no, it is hard to make the choices. Okay, so if this is up here with that double, I'm gonna put double piece under this guy. Let me take that off for a second. I'm just putting a second piece of adhesive, sorry. Because if you think about it, he's up, but he's also another step up, so it's 2 steps up. So on this last piece, I put 2 pieces of the adhesive. And there it is. Simple card. I think it's very lovely. Oh, I was going to say, this thing just has gorgeous stuff in here. I mean, look at these pieces. How fun would those be to kind of tuck behind? So yeah, I probably shouldn't have stuck this down because I would have stuck things behind it maybe. So maybe not stick that down. Look at the bee. Ah, so many pretty things in here. This might be another set that I buy a second set of. It's so pretty. She has these, but she has them also in white. The same little flower, but without the little pink kind of coloring on there. I mean, this is just lovely. There's blues and purples and all that kind of stuff in there. And I did pick a sentiment for the inside. I have the caring speaks when words cannot. And inside I have, may all the little moments of grace and goodness bring lightness to your heart with each new day. And the way I stick these in, I think the way most people stick these in, is to just put glue here. Now you can put glue. I'm just gonna use some ATG. So I'm gonna release the lever because that gets it going. Just on this side and then stop right there. Yeah, no, that is interesting. The embossing folders, I love them. I love the designs. Maybe use a thinner paper and less pressure. So I'm just placing this inside here and I'm just gonna close that up. Just kind of pushing it on the edge. So when it opens, that front page, that little will go with it. And this is loose. And that's why it doesn't like do that weird pop-up thing where you have 2 things stuck down and it doesn't want to open up. It'll flex because it's only stuck on the one side. So really pretty. Oh, love it. Let me tell you the sizing on these though, because I know she does hers a little bit different. That's interesting. It is 3 3/4, 3 7/8, I would say. You see that? It's just shy of 4. And then in the height, it is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 1/4. 9 1/4 by 3 7/8. All right, Anna, you do you. She always makes it bigger and better, right? Okay, so there it is. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Quick and easy, you know, other than making your decisions, which I know can be difficult. Pretty nice kit. All right, guys, I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.